Hello, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome to your weekly reading. We're going to take a look at your biggest challenge so far when it comes to love. Then I'm going to look at your energy and the person that's coming towards you, or the person that's in your energy. I always look at Aries through Pisces at the end so we can go in depth with the zodiac that is on your mind. And plus, I look at a hidden truth and I do a bonus yes, no. All right. I want to kiss you. We can just stop there if you'd like, but let's go. Somebody being very secretive, right, about what they really want with you, right? Falling for you. I like how this is already starting, all right? I think somebody here is afraid to break somebody else's heart. And, they may be hiding something. They may be really kind of grieving in the background because it seems like you've got somebody really, really interested in you. They see something different with their life with you. They see something that they're not getting wherever they're at, right? Or they just really want to pursue this with you and they really want to tell you how they really feel. But the thing is, I'm falling for you and I see heartbroken underneath there. I don't think this person realized what they were missing, right? Or what, something you're doing, sparking interest. Whether you're saying something to this person, you've been in conversation, or you're just around this person, or you're in a relationship with this person. It's just there's something happening here where somebody is realizing how much they really want this, how much they really want you. Now, if this is somebody here that's fallen for you and they have to make a decision, an important decision in their life, there could be somebody else involved for some of you. Not all of you. So don't, just for some of you though, I really do feel like it's about them not wanting to hurt somebody else. Or they just feel they didn't see this coming. Like they really were comfortable where they were at. And then here comes Aries. And it's somebody here that is getting to the point where, they can't lie about it anymore though, because when you walk in a room or when you're around them or when they hear from you, their energy shifts. Their energy changes dramatically. Like this person really does want to be with you. All right. So let's take a look at your biggest challenge. All right. Friends, fun, support. All right. This could be somebody that you were casual with, hanging around, or you have the same friends. Maybe your friends, kind of like are pushing you away from something. They just, they like your company, they like you being around, but, they're so used to you being, be careful of friends. All right. Sometimes if you're wanting something or have something and your single friends or friends don't have it yet, they may want to keep you as their friend and not see you move forward, not because they are mean or but it's just that it happens, right? And so there could be you have challenges with some friends around you or people maybe you know talking or whatever. Now the other thing is maybe this is somebody too that you've become really good friends with and it was supposed to be a friendly relationship, and then it turned into something more, like you both are feeling some chemistry with each other. This is more than just friends here. You maybe have been confused for a while. What do I do? I'm not sure. I'm picking up some sort of vibe here. You're picking up a vibe because this person is giving it off. They're wanting it. All right. So somebody definitely wants to be more than just friends with you. And if you're in a relationship here and you guys have kind of become buddy buddy over time, or maybe things are, just were kind of casual, and now it seems like somebody really wants to get serious with you. So I'm feeling like a lot of you may be questioning and have been maybe confused about what to do and just kind of like hanging out and seeing where things go. And it looks as though that's about to clear up here. You're about to figure out, right? I don't want to jump the gun too much, but you are connecting with somebody that I'm picking up in your energy who values you. And if you're finding that this person is around your energy more, or really investing more, or seems to be like paying attention to you more, that's a really good sign here. Now, those of you who are in relationships, this tells me too that, somebody here, really does love you, really does care about you. And, this maybe about bringing more fun back into the situation. Maybe things have gotten serious in the past, a couple weeks or so, and you're feeling like this person, you're not sure what to do here. You're not sure whether we should pursue it or not, or continue. This is telling me that somebody really cares about you and wants you guys to figure it out, wants you guys to work on things. Becoming friends again is what I'm hearing. So let's take a look at your energy, your biggest challenge right now. And And we'll look at your person. Not so much a biggest challenge, right? But like the obstacle that you might be dealing with, right? All right. Knight of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sag energy. You know, right out the gate here, it just feels like something is going to happen this week, right? I'm always looking at the next 5, 7 days. Um, and it seems like it's inevitable. The passion's there. You're very much intrigued by somebody. You're feeling the chemistry with somebody, and they just make you feel alive, or you make and I'm also feeling it's reciprocated here too. Like you really make somebody feel alive. That's what I was picking up at the beginning here. You know, maybe something has gone stagnant, or has felt like, you know, I just don't know what's going on. We kind of got to a point and then nothing else has changed. But it looks like, you know, you've got some energy about you too that is really, really picking up, and expect something, you know, out of the blue too with this energy, you know, something that comes in pretty fast. And, you know, that kiss, maybe there's a kiss coming in. I don't know. All right. But what's your biggest obstacle or challenge? The Four of Cups. You may be feeling here like, I'm just not sure. I'm not sure if we're just friends, or if this person really wants me, or they're as interested in me as I am them. Now, you may have dealt with some people in the past here that have really let you down. Right? And you've been in the dumps for a while, maybe emotionally. Now, when I say that, I'm a Scorpio, okay? So everything is down in the dumps and deep in the waters, and, you know, it's like the end of the world, you know? But that's not necessarily with an Aries. You know, you're more a little bit upbeat. I get that, right? But somewhere emotional, you may be feeling like a little bit let down by people in the past, or maybe somebody that's in your life right now. It just seems like you're not getting the attention, or you feel like, I feel some vibe here, but I just don't know. Maybe you're afraid that they don't want you as much as, you know, you think they do. And that is not the case here. All right, I am seeing Page of Wands. Somebody wants this connection. I could go on for another 20 minutes about this, but it feels like somebody here, like I said, you light somebody up. You've got somebody's attention. But the problem is maybe you're not trusting this, you know, or maybe it's supposed to be just friends, or maybe this was, you know, maybe this was just a casual relationship, and you're wondering if it's going to go into anything else. And you can clearly see here that somebody can't get enough of you. There's something about your energy, Aries, and something majorly changing for you. Your whole life is really going to shift here. You know, it's really going to shift. I just feel it. All right, so let's look at the person that's in your energy, and I see the Ace of Wands. What's their biggest obstacle? Look at this, the Ten of Wands and the Two of Swords. You've got somebody here that has to make some sort of decision here. You know, let's look at this in a couple different ways so it lands for all of you that might be resonating with this. All right. One, it's just somebody here, you're on their mind 24/7. And the Ace of Wands, there's so much potential here. And every time they see you or think about you, you just spark this energy, and you spark this interest in them, and you know, they just think about all the possibilities here. But can you see the challenge here between the two of you? Your person here, Ten of Wands, you the Four of Cups. Maybe you're perceiving your person as, you know, what's going on here. You know, it looks like to me they are ending, they have to let go of something. They're really trying hard to keep themselves together. You got the Ten of Wands, which is their obstacle, and this person wants the Ace of Wands. They do not want, they must be either hanging on, trying to hold back their feelings from you, if that's the case, and there's nobody else involved. This is somebody that is like barely holding on, really wants to let you know, really something is changing here. I don't know if you've been doing something. Do you see all the fire that is coming up here? So something is activated. Now, your person here is like, maybe they're afraid you're going to reject them. Maybe they think that you're not going to want them once you get to know them, or, you know, maybe you have lost interest in somebody. For some of you, maybe things have gone stagnant in a relationship, right? So there's so many possibilities here. But what I can see is your person really hanging on here. They've got to make an important choice. And this could be, you know, they already know what they want, right? But now I am feeling here, you know, there could be another situation where they just don't want to let somebody else down, all right, or they're afraid to get let down in the situation. All right. But I do see somebody here who it's just like, I just know I have to make a decision here because I'm running out of time. I'm running out of time here. All right. So you may have been feeling very confused during this time period with this person. And maybe right now you're like, why do I feel like there's something? Why do I feel like they're looking at me? Why do I feel like they talk to me a lot? Why do I feel like this, and that? And then you're like, you may feel indifferent or you feel like they pull away and they seem a little bit indifferent to you at times, right? It's because immediately when they see you and they want this, they immediately revert back to, but what if, you know, or I have to do something, or I have to shift something. I know I have to do something. And it feels like they really do know that it's them that has to initiate and take action, all right? Because this pull you have on them is strong. And that could be why you're starting to feel a little bit like, what the hell's wrong? You know, like why are we stuck? What's going on here? I know this person may want me. might feel it. And what's wrong? You know, I know I'm attractive, right? I know they're attracted to me. Why won't they take the next step? So let's see their next intentions towards you. And I do have the King of Pentacles here. So you have a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. So what this tells me is you're dealing with somebody who really wants to be responsible about their decision. All right. You have a Taurus energy here. You have a Two of Swords. This is somebody here that guilt can really lay hard on them. This is somebody that may be torn even between their responsibilities and work. And it could be somebody that even maybe has an age difference, or, you know, they've just been set in their ways for a while. But the decision that they're trying to make here is, one, I'm going to say two things here. One, I really want you, but is this just sexual? Right? So let's just get that out. All right. If this is somebody that has, you know, they have an important position at work, or they have a family, or they're older, they have a lot of other responsibilities going on, and they're falling for you, but they're wondering if this could last long term, it's really hard for this person to get out of their comfort zone and make that quick change. But once they do, they're all in. And that is why this person may go back and forth a little bit. Is this more? Can we make this work? You know, is this going to last long term? You know, so this is somebody that really takes their time, you know, but they could also overthink at times, right? You know, but I'm also seeing too, like I said, they see the passion here and they see the potential, and they're so excited to see where things go. But honestly, there could be something in this where they feel like maybe you're just in love in the moment. You know, maybe they know, or like you get excited and then, you know, you want something so bad, but once you get it, you get bored. You know, my fire signs get that way sometimes, especially my Aries and Sag. You know, you want what you want, but when it starts to get dull and mundane, then you get bored. And you're going to be dealing with a person here that can get very dull and mundane. And there's nothing wrong with that. They're very stable, very well to do. You know, they have the opportunity to really grow if they haven't gotten there yet. But you have two different energies, earth and fire, which can sustain a long time, but you're the one that could get bored. You're the one that can feel stuck if you're not feeling excited all the time, right? Because you got this Page of Wands here, which is like, show me the magic, show me the fun, show me the passion, show me the excitement. And this person loves this about you, but they are questioning whether or not it's sustainable long term. Right? If they're going to be able to continue to make you happy, are you better off just as friends for some of you? All right. So I'm going to look at, you know, an oracle card for you first, and then I'm going to look at Aries through Pisces and see what else Spirit says about this connection. So there is no question that what this person wants, right? And it feels like they know they need to make a decision. They really want to communicate that they want you. So let's see. Maybe they already do. So right now I'm seeing for you, you have the cave energy, right? More fire energy here too. And you're seeing retreat, time out, self-care, slow down. All right. You may be overthinking a situation here. The Four of Cups can get us into trouble. The Four of Cups can make us feel like I want it now. And so you'll take whatever, or you'll grab, or you'll rush into something so that you can have the excitement, right? You want it. It gets very, very hard to control that energy when you want something so bad, right? You're just ready to go. But when you get rejected or refused because of that energy, because you're dealing with somebody here that really needs to make matters work, really make things happen, and really contemplating whether or not this is going to be short-lived for you, it can make you start to feel like, you're doubting yourself, and you can feel like they're rejecting you, ignoring you, neglecting you. And then with that, what happens with that is that you will start to do things or act in ways or pursue it faster out of insecurity, feeling like something's wrong. And this is not what this person's trying to do to you. Now, I'm seeing here retreat, time out, self care. So it's saying breathe before you react. And there's a lot of energies hitting you right now. And there's a lot of energies hitting all of us right now, especially with eclipse energy and stuff, right? So whenever we're going through an eclipse period, I like to remind people that not everything seems as it is, right? Our perception of reality could be a little bit skewed with our subconscious fears or things that are coming up, or even in retrograde coming in, people just everything kind of off a little bit. So it's easy to misread a situation and overreact from emotion, or just, the faster I can get it to happen, the better I'll feel, so be cautious of that is what's showing up for you. But let's look at Aries through Pisces and see what each zodiac, what else Spirit wants you to know about each zodiac, and what can you expect maybe this week from each one. All right. Aries, Three of Swords. All right. Take time. All right. Need time to heal or forgive yourself. Some of you could be just recently getting out of a separation, or there's a third party situation and you're feeling hurt about something. You may be assuming, like I was saying, that somebody is not wanting this as much as you do. But the Three of Swords tells me that somebody could be really upset or grieve in a situation because they have to make a decision, right? Or they're dealing with some doubt, you know, just uncertainties, everything I just said. So this is telling me here, even with this Aries, this is you. This is like the Four of Swords as well. It's like, take a little bit more time, give this a little bit more rest here. You're going to be surprised at the way somebody here comes towards you. Somebody here already has the fire lit, already wants to talk to you, already wants to connect with you. All right. So I am seeing Aries that you may be misreading the situation, thinking that, it's going to end up where you're either in separation or this isn't going to work out, when that's not true. Taurus, King of Fire. All right. Focus, communicate, and be very communicative and very confident when it comes to a Taurus. You see the fire. You see Taurus here really is really wanting this, right? Really sees a future with it, and you motivate them to take action. So you may have a Taurus actually step up and talk about future plans with you. Gemini, Queen of Swords, right? Making a decision this week. So expect a decision from a Gemini here, really, really clearing the air and really talking about the future plans with you, where they see this, right? So for Aries, I feel like, you guys are doing something. You're going through something right now, right? But for Taurus and Gemini, it feels like this week is a very promising week for you to really talk about the importance of this relationship and really get something off your chest, right? And defining the connection. Cancer, Eight of Pentacles, all right? So you guys are really stepping up this week. A Cancer may step up, invest a little bit more, really wanting to get back to basics, wanting to talk about, where this is going and what's going on. But this is the Eight of Pentacles, which is telling me that this week there's investment. There's somebody putting more time, obviously, into the situation and working something out with a Cancer. So if you feel like you've been stuck for a while, this week is going to change for you. Leo, Queen of Fire, right? So Leo, all about you. There's no doubt here. You know, it's saying don't underestimate yourself when it comes to a Leo, because they don't underestimate you. You guys have a strong attraction and it's going to pull you guys together. regardless. It's one of these, like, it's too on fire. Virgo, Queen of Water. Do you see all these kings and queens showing up for you? That's what's mainly important. Some of the other dynamics. You're coming in as a knight, right? And you even have a page on your side. And your person here and people showing up here, king and queens, it's like they may be established, or maybe maybe they didn't see their life changing so quickly. And then here comes Aries, and all of a sudden, it's you're in my feelings. You be patient with your Virgo, because they love you, they're falling in love with you, and your relationship is developing to a new level. Libra, Six of Cups, right? So you and Libra really getting close this week, maybe talking about where things can go, or, talking about where you've come from, how far you've come. It's like you have a very strong bond, very close energy here this week with your Libra. Scorpio, renewal. You have Archangel Jeremiah here. And so it's talking about you guys reviewing all the details, maybe finally realizing something about the situation, really looking at the facts and the truth around this. And your relationship is moving in a different direction with your Scorpio. And this is favorable for you. We're moving forward and we're getting real. Sagittarius, the Lover's card, Archangel Raphael, speaks for itself. Very intimate energy. So you may be getting very intimate with your Sagittarius. It's saying carefully weigh your decisions, making sure, this is healthy for you. But Sagittarius and you, seem to be falling in love. Capricorn, Page of Fire. So it looks like Capricorn here is a synchronicity here. It could be very strong for you. Get in some sort of news, an exciting energy coming towards you with a Capricorn, exciting offer. And it looks like, they're really wanting to connect with you. So this is messages. You guys may find yourself talking a little bit more. Aquarius, the Chariot, Metatron, Archangel Metatron. So an important moment this week where you guys feel like you have gotten to some place, and you may even be noticing that they're being more open with you. And for some of you who are single, or some of you who are just connecting with somebody, people may start to notice that you guys have something going on. And that was Sag, Capricorn, Pisces. Pisces, the Knight of Cups, right? Pisces falling in love with you. And so may find themselves approaching you with an offer this week, right? Trying to be very romantic, very loving towards you, and very emotional towards you. So if you're still with me, I am going to pull a hidden truth real quick, and then I am going to pull a yes, no for you. So can you give me any hidden truth? Somebody misses hearing your voice. Somebody loves to hear your voice. All right. I don't know what you want. The Four of Cups. Right there, I don't know. Maybe some of you are indecisive. Maybe some of you 1 minute show up, but then, hear me out for a second. You could be crushing on somebody. You could be liking somebody. And if you're perceiving them as not giving you attention, or you're thinking that they don't want you, and then you overreact, or you pull away your energy because you're reading their energy wrong, they're going to be like, what the hell's going on? So you might be creating some story in your head around this person, and that's not the story that they're thinking. And so you're reacting from a place of emotions, and you may, like I said earlier, maybe responding differently than you normally would because you're anxious, right? And so somebody here is really kind of feeling like maybe you've told them what you want, but there's something about the way you're approaching this person that they're feeling a little bit confused with you. So if you have a question on your mind, think of your question right now. And I will pull a yes, no. Think of your question. Ooh, all the cards just want to... the Judgment card just almost wanted to fly out too. And that tells me too that you're just getting to a point where you're going to start seeing things differently. There's a change happening, and you can't deny your truth. All right. I have a yes. I have the Magician. All right, things are coming together here with the Magician. So there's more than just potential here in this connection. You guys are very attracted to each other. Somebody may communicate with you this week a little bit more, but you're actually putting the pieces together. So don't assume at this point here with the Magician, you don't want to assume all these negative thoughts. That's what creates our reality, right? When you're in this stage, right, things are coming together and you want to kind of, work with the energy and work with the positive parts of the energy and bring it together because you guys can make it work. And it seems like right now things are just coming together. So it's a matter of timing right now. Some of you may be too focused on time or needing something too quickly or getting, ahead of yourself, that you're not seeing that it's actually rolling out in your favor, right? And there's that Judgment card again, right? Keeping your composure, all right? And, listening to that higher voice of yours. I love you guys. Take care.